Hello, welcome back to GP's Odds and Ends. Jessica here. So I have, if you know what the paper towel means, I have a nail video for you today. So I am going to be doing my left hand. They already have a shine to them because I do already have peel base. I'm using my Referral nail peel base. I find that the nails or the dip powder that I do over that will last a little bit longer. They don't typically just pop off on their own. I have to do it when I'm ready to do my nails again. You can see that they're also short as well. All of the tips kind of popped off, so they grew out a little bit. I figured I'd just kind of start letting them grow out. I do have about 2 layers of clear dip powder on my natural nail just to help them stay strong, so that when I don't have regular dip powder color on, they'll still be strong enough that they won't break in between the manis that I do. So I will do this hand at another time, but today I'm going to show you, I'm going to be using my Virgo and Gem liquids. So I'm still using those liquids, and I'm going to be using, we're going to be doing kind of a leopard print. I'm going to do like natural colors. So my base color is going to be this iGel Beauty Cozy Cashmere. So it's a really nice light kind of tan color. And then for the leopard print part, and I'm actually going to do this all with dip powder. I'm not going to use any gels. I'm not going to use any paint or stamping polish or anything for the actual nail print. I'm going to do this all with dip powder. So we'll get into that a little bit later, but this is one of the stocking stuffer collections. This is a darker brown. This one's Hot Chocolate number 4. And then I'm also going to be using the iGel Beauty Black, which is at Midnight. So those will be the black, and the brown color will be my leopard print, so we'll be using those later. I'm going to do 3 layers of the Cozy Cashmere on all of my nails. I'm going to do my normal dip powder process. You can see this is a nice light tan color. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do that off camera just to get this going, and we'll come back and do the nail design. So I will be back in a moment. Alright, so I have the 3 layers of that nice tan nude color on all of my nails. I'm going to go ahead and start with the leopard print. So I am doing the leopard print with all dip powder. I'm not using any gels, paints, stamping polish, or anything like that to complete or do this like cheetah print, leopard print on my nails. I wasn't really sure how I kind of wanted to do the design. I ended up kind of doing a swoop type of design on the side of all of my nails except for my index nail. I don't know, I think I kind of thought I wanted to do it over the whole entire nail, but I didn't. So that's the only nail that's going to have a little bit more of the design. But I just have kind of a business card there that I dabbed a little bit of the base coat, the Virgo and Gem base coat. I'm using the metal end of the dotting tool to kind of place a dot, ununiform. I kind of want it to look you know, natural, like the spots on a cheetah would look. So they're not going to be uniformly, completely, perfectly circular. So kind of, you know, think like cow print almost. And I'm just kind of doing the brown first. So I'm going to do that on all of the nails, because as soon as I get the base coat, I don't want that to end up drying before I can put the darker color on the base coat. But you can see here that it kind of works perfectly. You know, the brown is going to stick right to where the base coat is, wherever you place that. And I'm going to speed up and do the same exact thing on the rest of my nails, and I'm just kind of scooping that powder over and kind of pouring it onto the nails, and I just kind of replenish that the base coat on the card there as I need to, but it works out really well doing it like this. You typically don't want to use the brush side of a nail art tool because that base coat will end up ruining the bristles. So I'm just using, you could use a toothpick or your water marble tool, but I found, you know, the dot on this dotting tool was big enough to kind of create those ununiform, you know, circular type shapes. So then I'm just going to make sure to kind of brush that all off. And I don't want any of that brown color kind of on the base color that's on my nail at all. So I used that scrubby brush as well. So here's where things kind of got a little bit tricky. I started with one dotting tool and I kind of found that it was a little bit too big to kind of place the little black marks around the leopard print, cheetah print design. So I do end up switching later on, probably after this nail, to a smaller dotting tool, just so the black parts were a little bit smaller around the brown spots. You can see here also that black dip powder kind of stains the nude base coat a little bit. Off camera, well, I'll explain that a little bit later. I'm going to go ahead and finish kind of placing the little black stripes around the leopard print on all of my nails and dipping into that black powder or pouring it over, and to finish up this leopard print look. Okay, so you can see here, I'm just kind of fixing a little spot on the nail there, but you can kind of see here that my fingers kind of look a little bit stained, and the nude color kind of looks a little bit stained from that black dip powder. Off camera, I did use that scrubby brush with alcohol to really kind of scrub the black off of the nude color, and that worked quite well. I'm wondering also if I had done activator on the nude before I started the leopard print, if that maybe would have stopped some of the staining as well, because that would have been like a hardened dip powder that you're going over with more dip powder. So I'm wondering if that maybe would have helped with some of the staining, but it worked out with the alcohol and really kind of scrubbing them really good to get any and all of that black dip powder off of the surface of my nail. So they still came out looking really well, really good. So I'm just finishing up with the clear because I do still need to file and shape. That's going to be off camera, but I want to make sure that I don't file off any of the design that I just, created on all of my nails. And that, worked out pretty well. I tried to make sure that I didn't go too heavy-handed with the filing because I didn't want to remove any of the design, but they all came out really well as far as the filing is concerned. All right, and then of course before I go in and file anything, I'm just going to go ahead and activate. So I do about 2 layers of the activator on every single nail to make sure that they are nice and hard before I go in with any kind of filing or shaping, and I do let that sit for a good 2 to 3 minutes before I start filing. All right, so this is after all of my filing and shaping, and I am just going to use this scrubby brush again with some alcohol to really clean off any of the black powder, any of the filing dust and everything, just to make sure that they are nice and clean before I go in with the next layer of activator and then the top coat. And this layer of activator is meant to help the base or the top coat be nice and shiny for your final look. And I do just wipe off activator from my fingertips so I don't contaminate my top coat liquid at all. I think I'm going to start switching for this step to a lint-free wipe. I feel like some of that cotton round residue stays on my nail sometimes and kind of gets into the top coat, so I think I may switch to a lint-free wipe for that final step. So I'm going in on each nail with just 2 to 3 swipes from cuticle to free edge on every single nail, and I'm making sure to wipe off that brush in between because I don't want to contaminate the liquid. And then I'll go in with one more layer. I'll be a little bit more thorough on the second layer of top coat. Make sure I get the whole entire surface, the free edge, and just make sure that it's nice and shiny across the whole entire nail. I only do the 2 layers, no more, no less, for the dip powder process, and then I let that dry for a good 5 minutes before I go in with my cuticle oil. Alright, and here is the finished mani. So they came out looking really cute. I really like how this design came out, and I'm really glad that I was able to do it with all dip powder. So again, no gels, because I have been getting reactions to gel products and everything. So I'm really happy to kind of do something fairly easy like this, but with all dip powder and no gels or paints or anything else. So I really like the way that it came out, but I'm just finishing up with my Candi Skin Care cuticle oil. Make sure I get my skin nice and renourished. Rub that all in. So let me know what you think of this mani. Let me know if there's any other like dip powder designs like this where you've done them with just dip powder that you've tried. I would love to kind of try to do more designs like this in the future where I'm not using any gels. Let me know what you think. Please like and subscribe, comment down below, and until next time, bye for now.